Hi all, welcome to a long belated rewards video. We've just been incredibly swamped with everything, and while we've been able to tweet stuff, we've just not really been able to sort out rewards as it were. So we've got about 4 game weeks worth of rewards to cover here, and that's why we've just built it up saying how my card says 51. So we've got rewards for Sakura at the game week just there. Some not bad looking squads in the end getting promoted. We were unlucky not getting some cards this game week, but just the way it goes. Half a dozen relegations, just bit of poor form in some teams really, and also just can be the challenge when you're trying to run as many squads as you can really, and it can sometimes bite you back. Quite a few levels up, so as I said, happy with that, especially like MLS, but good just seen that all build up nicely. And as I said, $5 in cash, 44 essence. We had 49, albeit briefly. So it was like 47 limited and 2 rare, but lost it quite late. But the cash obviously coming from Sakura stuff. We've been buying more Spenkelinks and Chandelars just to give us more stuff to... right, we've almost reached the 30,000 XP limit. Let me have a look at what we're at. 24-2 and 4-1, so we've got to be wary with our XP. There is a good chance I will probably use some of the XP towards summer players especially, but I will have a think. So claim our rewards for like the last, I think, 4 game weeks all told, whatever it is. So it's like another 36 essence there in that box, so that'll probably push us up to nearly 30k. Yeah, 29.7. So, and see, you then get this second thing again to tell you that you've... So there's definitely an XP carryover we've unintentionally found. So our essence went from 120 to 197. So 77 essence over like the last 3 or 4 game weeks is not bad. Rare essence into a tier 4 is fine, so I can't fault that. NCE we did the last midweek. We got Ivan Sivanjanovic, finished 8th, and we got our tier 5 in Division 2. If we'd done, I think it was a different keeper. If it was anyone else, it was like Jorgensen basically was who we should have had in. I think we won it, and that was for like any division. If we were in like Division 1 with that team, Division 2, Division 3, Division 1 would bring in money. I'll actually go back to that game week in question because I did have a look at it. So 6th to 9th of May, under 23s, view the boards. Rare, so we finished 8th. And it was like 380 oh sorry, it was second. Sorry, it was second for there. So it was like 400 and... So if we'd been in Division 1 with the team, we would have finished second and got ourselves $30 and a tier 1. So yeah, the team that was in that one got relegated, but the other, obviously that team then got promoted, so it was like fun times to be had. So we've got Jaden Nelson, which isn't really a great reward. He's like 15 quid really, and that one has already been listed to Antonio Satonio, who paid 14.62 for it. He's wanting 20 quid for it, so you'd rather take the Hugo Ekitike, but in the grand scheme of things you'd rather have preferred Jaden Nelson if you could get that. But I think for super rare with that exact team would have run better, and then unique would have won it. Oh well, yeah, So we'll have to keep in mind for when the final comes. Don't be afraid to do unique, because there is a real chance that if we get a situation like this, you could win it, because it'll be there to be looked at in the grand scheme of things. But this game week coming, we have 48 squads in all, currently sitting on 2 cards, 31 essence and 1 box. So 4-man here, which is what we've done is we've made sure that the teams are on the medium challenge, which is 410 for rare, and it is 370 for limited. The reason why we've done that is because we don't want the XP, we want to try and push for essence. Can't see this team personally getting 370, but if Jamro can get 100 again like he did at the weekend, then 220 points then certainly feels doable. I love how I didn't captain any of the Celta lads this game week, but Alphon and Guaita getting us 150 points off the rip is very nice. Chelison not playing is very interesting, because every prediction I was reading all had him as a 90% chance of happening. They felt Horcas was now going to be dropped, and basically expect him to be coming in. So should have maybe put Guaita in these 2 squads and then worried about from there. But never mind. MLS, we have our rare squad. We bought Sam Junqua for like 50p, and thought we've got to keep the rare squads going, so it's handy. Limited squads, we'll look at probably improving our limited and season cards. I will go and have a look in due course, see what's out there relatively cheap that is worth kind of committing towards. This has real potential, so I'm excited to see how that one plays out. Challenger, I am aware Howen will not be playing. However, both teams have a real chance. Like this team alone, I think has a real chance of like 30%. Like, I'm intrigued to see how this maybe is an unintentional mistake on my part, where I maybe should have looked at getting like a rare keeper in just to give us a 5 stack, but we'll wait and see. Sakamoto on 61 already, 101 is like big right off the bat. This is when you're gutted that Howen's not going to be playing, as far as I know, and that's why we bought Spinklinks in, and I wasn't going to commit big money for like Wilson, who was relatively cheap, but I wasn't going to commit it just for the sake of the game week, when Schindler was like a couple of quid and Spinklink was like it was like 50p for like another 2 or 3 in, and it just ensured that we were able to do what we need. But challenger wise and contender wise, we literally have all the bases covered. 4-man here, but not expected to be as potent. This is a 4-man. Like, it's funny having in-season cards all over the board for Hibs, and these weren't in Division 1 because I'd really fancied them a bit better. But we put a Missa in just so that allowed us to like field limited squads to like basically max capacity. I slipped up and not brought in another limited keeper, but no one else was really cheap at this point, and I thought I wasn't really going to commit anyone else, and I was willing to just take the 4-mans for them, because I feel like these 2 teams anyway wouldn't score great, because I can't see Carey getting involved or Silla, because they've not been getting involved the last couple of games. Watkins, Devlin, Watkins has been just came off the bench lately, and I'm not overly convinced with him. And I thought, let's try and prioritise like where we can. Like these teams all have Schindler as the keeper of choice this game week. It's like doing a miss it all over again, but it ensures that we're able to just field full 5-mans, and if I'm honest, all 3 5-man squads have a real chance of scoring well, especially like if Mbayo starts, and same for like Miller and Bowie and Goof, because they've all got big potential. Like this team, fun enough, could do really well despite Akili and Bowie. Akili, despite his recent run of form, is against Feyenoord, but RKC need to win at all costs to try and get themselves in that playoff game to stay up. So if they know if they can win it, it puts Willem II into the pickle. So between all the Willem II players and then all the RKC players, I'm like, Graham has like a right pickle here. And then made sure for under 23 tried to go with what I like, which is mix of Feyenoord, Franco Mastantuono, who are playing Independiente del Valle, which should be at value, which should be a favourable game, so I fancy that. And then see how it goes from there with Marmouth, Feely and Dalhouse. Then just try to ensure with the remaining squads that we could field. Got Olafou All-Star, Common is a 4-man, but I could have made it a 5 if I, for what I understand, because you could have still fielded limiteds or rares in there or whatever. But yeah, Spinklink, it just ensures that we're able to field 2 5-man squads and just give ourselves a good chance into the bargain. But yeah, see what happens. MLS is obviously on rolling lock, so I could still technically build 2 more squads if I can, but I don't have any other keepers that are playing. McMath is still out for a good wee while yet, but we will get our thinking caps on, see what we can do and hope for the best. And before, like say this team for example, if I can get essence, good, like a good essence return and a good even sneaker card midweek, I'd be quite happy. It's just we've all got different expectations at the end of the day with Sorare, and it's just trying to see what works for us at the end of the day. Celta Vigo 70 for Gonzalez, 77 Carlos Dominguez and 79 for Guaita. Las Palmas, kind of glad I didn't do Agamine, but the way the dice rolls at the end, seeing De Silva putting steady numbers in is amusing, but you've got to work with what you have. But as I said, I don't know what you've got this midweek, if you have anything. As I said, I feel like a Pranksy or a Basil Bot or Pavel with all these squads. It feels quite amusing really in essence. As I said also as well, I aim to sit down and review the gallery, sort out what I need to keep, not keep for next season, because there is quite a lot of overhaul going to be needed fairly shortly, from like a limited, a rare and also the super rare perspective. See what we can put together. That Billy Mitchell trade has just not worked whatsoever, but is what it is. And also folks, if you haven't checked yet, I've also done a collage sharing like 300 of the community. I'll put a link to that in the description below as well. Just a bit of fun. Like usually I used to always do FIFA collage of the community. Thought I'd do a Sorare one. Time's been a wee bit tight, so I've just not done as maybe as in depth as I normally would, and I could have maybe spent a wee bit more time going through the community, but sourcing images off of Sorare. But something to factor in for next time. Eredivisie style, I forgot about this one. So penalty hero, save a penalty with any of the goalies, and Eredivisie style. I've applied from the Eredivisie, got positive, 2 positives, can't see it for me. We've just not been close any game weeks with these either, so yes. And then Norwegian boss is have a player from Rosenborg get a positive decisive, so let's try and get a penalty save, please. Can go and get that, and that would give me a half 10 on credit, because we've still got 368 to use just now, which we got from the Sporting decisive from Trincao last game week. So plenty to get excited about, hopefully. So have a good one, folks. Take easy all, thanks for listening, and I will catch you all later.